energy and I'm putting it into this intro, and then that's it. And then it's gone.
We're gonna just
He's gonna fall asleep and I'm gonna DM.
Yes. Molly will have the word.
I don't know what to do with
very interested to play a Molly one shot.
Oh.
I would love to have Molly
Because
DM.
I cannot. I
would
can't.
just- Everything
You know what?
will be ready.
You just make the decisions and have somebody else do
I was
the
about to say
steering
Molly will
for you.
write it and I will run it.
Yeah.
Hayden's done that for me.
Yeah, but you changed my intro and it changed some things, and I'm still
Sorry.
salty about it. Anyways, I'm here to tell you about all of our sponsors and partners and all the fun things that we like to talk about before we kick off. You know what? Let's just start with music this time. We often start with music. I think that's what we never do. But we're starting with them today, so it doesn't really matter. We've got Beyond Skyrim, Scanlan Short Halt Music, Celestial Aeon Project. They're out here pumping the beats fresh out the lab every single week, going into the playlists for you to listen to. And then we've got Sirenscape doing all the...
We practiced that in the mirror for 15 minutes before this.
Yeah, between episodes, everyone was screaming Sirenscape at me.
We
It was
were.
really frightening.
We started chanting. It was
happen.
weird.
Yeah, we got them doing all the sound effects, all the cling, cling, and all of the I spilled my beer on my shoes, that kind of stuff. That's all from Sirenscape. Go check all those out on rollslayers.com/partners. You know who I'd like to take a moment to appreciate? Ourselves. Get on over to our Patreon. Sign up for it for all the bonus content. Tyler put in a map for the dungeons. So, the dungeon we did was like 3 sessions ago. It was a pretty killer dungeon. You know, if you just need to have something ready for a random D&D night, that seems like a pretty solid choice to me. You can get it for a reasonable and affordable price, as well as the bonus content we put in there. I know I've been promising to put my tirades in there. I mostly forgot, and I need to get the login from Tyler. But that'll all be there pretty soon. So head on in there, sign up, patreon.com/rollslayers. I do miss it. When I was there, 10 days ago, I got to hold my mini for the first time, the one that I've been piloting from afar. I got to hold it in my hand and look at it, and it's immaculate. And that's from Eldritch Foundry, and also Tyler's painting. Wait, is that Tyler that painted that, or is that Jed?
Just house.
Tyler. Well, between the two of those, I have a pretty stellar mini, and I can appreciate Tyler on my own time for the paint job. But right now, we've got Eldritch Foundry. Go get yourself a custom mini, get the STL file, have them print it out for you in one of several materials. Use our code RollSlayers at checkout for 15% off. And Tyler, most recently, what have you been doing in World Anvil that has interested you?
I made gunpowder. No, that's not interesting. That's so boring.
I mean, it is in terms of the development of a world, but
Yeah, well, I mean that's I guess that's an interesting topic, is that you can have different iterations in your timelines of like say you want to delineate technological scales when you're making your master chronologies. You can kind of have one of your top bars of your chronology be just for specific ages of technology, and then so you can kind of correlate, you're playing a campaign in this era, this is what's happening, and this is the technology. It's easy to pull. So, yeah.
Well, that sounds mighty cool, and you should check it out for yourself, my friend, at worldanvil.pxf.io/rollslayers. And finally, come check us out on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. We're putting out the whole videos there. You can check them out. And I don't think we add a lot in the descriptions or anything that's secret, but maybe one of these days we'll put a secret message in there. I don't know. I'm just making promises willy-nilly. I can do that because I'm not responsible for implementing them. And also, finally, get at us on Discord. You can find a link to that in our Instagram bio and on our website, rollslayers.com. Today, we're trying to figure out the pronunciation of common fantasy words that also never come up in real life. So, join us in there as we debate the pronunciation of brazier.
You did it.
You did it.
So if there's no debate, it's just
No, you're right,
gifts.
but there is.
No one's actually answering the question.
Well, John just sent a picture of brazier, so
Yeah, he did.
there is still some conversation to be had.
That's true.
Not good conversation, but conversation nonetheless.
The remaining energy I had at the beginning of this is gone now, Hayden.
Also, to be clear, it was a man in a brazier.
Well, it's from Seinfeld. It's
Yeah,
classic.
what is it?
I did
Classic
that.
episode.
It's
Right,
called The
I did
Bro.
not know that. 'cause
But it was a man?
No, I don't watch Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we
I
can't
do
tell.
remember the bro.
Let's start the
actually.
game.
Somehow that is a
Okay, let's start the game.
Hold on, I just-
Last we left off, the party was in a dire situation. Everybody be serious. Dire.
No, we weren't. We got out of the horrible forest.
We did get
Yeah.
You did. That's the long story short. You got out of the forest. That's
It
it.
was dire, and then it wasn't.
We were so scared and now we're not. We outran the fog dogs.
Making your way into the Hagrenish Hills alongside Falosh. Your eagle and your raven sent from Sanbul find you now that you are outside of the fog and land in a cacophony of feathers that is still graceful. There is a note tied to your raven's leg, Zai. If you'd like to read it, you may, or you can just keep it for later. But Falosh starts to make camp on a bit of a rocky shelf. It's been a good day of travel, starting with a sprint and then a walk uphill. Is there anything we'd like to do over the course of this long rest?
Are you gonna read your letter?
Yeah.
Okay. Sambul greets you, is glad that you guys are safe, and waxes on Ramadrul and knowledge on Ramadrul. They state that legend has it that he gifted the elves a powerful magical artifact called the Sphere of the Cosmos a long time ago. There's also it's also believed by some historians that he belonged to a group of adventurers called the Fate Keepers. Myths of Ramadrul abruptly stopped, according to Sanbul, around mid-Dread War. It is believed that he was killed during that time. But again, many people don't even believe Ramadrul existed. There is further speculation by some who are a little bit more conspiratorial, a little bit more crackpot theory, that Ramadrul had some connection with this mysterious figure called the Eel. Less than nothing is known about the Eel. But he or she was spoken in a sinister light of usually.
So wait, that Ramadrul was associated with the eel?
Some speculation that Ramadrul had some connection to the eel.
Like an eel,
No, it's some mysterious magical figure, likely human or humanoid, titled the eel. No one knows their name. Again, if the eel existed, this is Sambul makes certain to underline. No, none of this is verified or vetted information. This is what I have.
You're gonna have to paste that somewhere. That was quite a lore dump
Yeah.
for us.
Sure,
Yeah.
I can pop that in the Discord.
Great.
Is there anything else we're doing as we set up for a long rest?
I would. So the party saw me get this and saw me read this letter where the birds are. would just ask them out loud. Well, what should I send back to her? To them? To her, them?
Them.
To them.
That we're safe.
Did we say we were going to Nogbuz? We didn't, did we? We just asked about Ramadrul.
I think we just asked about Ramadrul.
You did not know you were going to Nogbuz at the time. There's also no obligation to respond with anything right now. You feel like the birds probably periodically check in with you.
Well, I would ask the party that.
Are there any specific points here that you want to drill in a little bit further into?
That was so much information, and
I know, I'm really surprised that usually you might get 1 or 2 bits like this, but they really started hitting the books for you.
that is really what Sambo likes to do. That is kind of their job, more or less.
Okay.
Should we inform them that we found this weird creepy guy in the forest and we cut his head off? Should we
No
tell
need for all that,
them?
probably.
Should we tell them that we are going to the city and maybe this is where we'll find the more information, or should we just kind of not tell them anything right now?
I mean,
or-
maybe once we have more solid, stable information.
Should we ask some more information about anything that we found or heard about in the forest, or maybe about what the
I
forest
mean, it
is?
seems like Nogbuz is the center of information of anything about the forest.
Yeah.
Outside of there, nobody seems to know anything except for stay out of it.
Yeah, if we talk to people in Nogbuz about what's just outside of Nogbuz, we'll have a probably better chance.
I am just doubtful that Sambal will have anything to help us with about the forest or Nogbuz in the time it will take us to get there. You know?
Yeah, we'd probably be providing them information from what I picked up.
Which we could do, but maybe later.
And I don't want to step up so much, but yeah, I think, especially as our status as guests is a bit suspect, maybe we ought to not push our luck.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay.
However, I am so grateful to see you again, you beautiful creature, after those horrible things in that forest. He will fish out some of his protein bricks and spend some quality time with the eagle.
Tyler, would you remind me about the name of that suspected group Ramadrul ran with?
The Fate Keepers.
The Fate Keepers. We could always ask
I
more
have
about
that from the tomb also.
Because that's a symbol we saw a fair amount of. So it's a troop we could inquire more about.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It's just a little bit more
Did we
historical
ask about the
context.
symbol that we saw in there? Is that
I think you did.
the Fate Bringers?
I think we included that when we asked about Ramadrul.
Keepers. Is that symbol of the Fate Keepers?
Did
I don't
you
know.
include that? I can't remember. If you
I
did,
don't remember,
I don't
honestly.
we'll just say you did. Yeah, that's the crest of the Fate Keepers.
Okay.
Of legend.
Then I would definitely, I would definitely ask more about the Fate Keepers.
Okay. Yeah, just inquire about information about them.
Yes.
Okay.
And how it pertains to Evandra specifically. And
Okay.
yes, that's it.
Okay.
Will it be a problem if these birds come to us while we are in Nogbuz? Should we?
Oh yeah, I would not have.
Okay,
them
then
fly
we
and
can
do that.
maybe ask the question, but ask Sambal to delay sending another bird
Yeah. That would be wise.
maybe
I don't know.
until you could do a message, a mind message to when it would be safe to
Wait, people can do that?
what?
Send messages that far away?
With
With brain stuff?
I think.
Or like with magics.
Yeah.
Weird.
There's many
It is a
things you
little-
can do with magics.
It's very weird.
Well,
That's not a gift thing. That's a this one thing.
I mean, there's only so much that they teach us in the goblin pits, and then stuff you kind of pick up. I don't know. I picked up a lot being outside, but talking to people way across the world, that's strange.
Well, it's not all the way across the world, but also maybe. I have not tried that. I don't know anyone across the world to speak with.
Huh. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, again, maybe take watch tonight. I don't know. Could be roaming beasties around.
While we're sitting
Wait.
around,
What kind of beasties?
Oh, I don't have any specific. There's not many things that roam around, but you know, I'm gaining with this group that caution is better. I've been moving alone for so long that you know, I don't disturb things. Things don't disturb me. But you're a big group, so.
before we start a watch, like while we're eating and sitting and whatnot in the evening, I think Lori's gonna take out the displacer beast pelt that's been curing. How long does that stuff take to cure?
I mean, you have probably the necessary tools to cure it, like salt and stuff. I'm gonna
She was
say-
already doing that.
Yeah, and it's been curing for a good long time, so I'm gonna say it's probably cured.
Okay, so she is going to take it and start cutting up some of the things, like things for like gloves and boots and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that, like the whole pelt,
Yeah.
starting to chop it and sew some stuff.
You're starting to outline shapes, cut,
Yeah.
and get all your prep work ready and stuff like that. Do you want to identify that longbow, by the way?
Sure. Yes.
I didn't know if you forgot or if you just didn't.
I have forgotten.
Okay.
Let me double check. I do have identify. I can do that. Yep.
Okay. It is a vicious longbow.
Vicious longbow.
When you roll a 20 on an attack roll with this weapon, it takes the target takes an extra 7 damage if the weapon's type.
I relay that to whoever has the thing, and they can write it down.
I still have it.
Okay.
That is a very interesting longbow.
Yeah. Pretty
That
powerful
would be nifty.
when you get a really good shot on it. Yeah.
Who should carry it?
You would like it. I don't really care.
Well, I don't know. Our compatriots of shorter stature cannot really use a weapon like this, and you magic users, is it helpful to have something where you can still stay away from the heavy hitting, but still hit something with? I don't know. Is it helpful? To
Honestly,
have that,
if you'd ever seen me shoot a bow, then you'd probably know the answer to that.
You are
It's not good.
You are not good. Okay,
No, not even little.
so you don't want.
No, it's cool. Don't get me wrong,
It's
but
very beautiful. I like these silvery details.
Would you like to carry it? Perhaps you can.
I mean, if no one else is confident to shoot it, then sure.
Are you confident to shoot it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Barbarians are proficient in longbows, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
all martial weapons.
Yeah.
Oh, is it martial?
Yeah.
Then I'm able to use it too.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh.
it's really, I'm tiny.
Yeah, you and I are small.
Oh,
It is a magic longbow. It will adjust to the size of the user.
Oh, it will.
On attunement.
Oh.
but it's like a
Oh, I don't need to know that.
it's a heavy thing, so
Yeah,
you
it is
still
heavy.
can't use it.
Oh.
Because it's a
Really?
long. It's like a halberd or something like that, or like a great axe. You can't wield a great axe.
Yeah.
I can.
It
You
doesn't.
can?
It doesn't
Are
have
you
any
small?
stipulations.
I'm considered a medium creature, I think.
Magic.
Yeah.
It's
Look, I'm not saying it's
fancy
that's a weapon
magic.
class stipulation. Take it up with D&D,
Oh.
people.
Then I don't know.
It says I only have proficiency with crossbows.
Maybe they're small, but my class,
Okay, DM Tyler.
as a battlesmith is able
Who
to.
can carry it?
Let's try
Anyone can carry it. It's magic.
Heavy,
Okay.
heavy weapons, small
So
creatures have
I will
disadvantage.
carry it for now.
Because a longbow isn't technically a heavy weapon.
Yes, it is.
I just looked on it. It's not delineated as a heavy weapon.
Well, that's one of the features it had. I was going with what Chris said.
I'm looking at the tags right now. It just has. Well, hold on.
It has heavy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh well.
And actually, he can wield it. He just has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going with?
If it's heavy, then it's gonna be hard to wield for small type creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says, heavy, two-handed. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Oh, okay.
I would love for it to work, but no.
So it looks
So
I guess I have a warhammer, not a battle axe. Warhammer's
Yeah,
different.
Warhammer. Yeah.
so do I get the bow or not?
Go for
Yes.
Let's go with the second.
It's I don't have.
It's
I
vicious.
don't have
You're
to.
vicious.
I just
It's a nice bow.
I just wonder.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Wonder where Gilnick got it.
Do you recognize its craftsmanship or anything?
Takes a look. Parts of it. Looks like originally it was a bow from a master bow maker around Esaloon. Master Yu. I believe his name is Yu, actually.
It's made out of bone.
No.
Oh, bow maker.
Yeah. But these
I was like, whoa,
additions,
I want to look at this more.
these magic bits, I'm not sure. He doesn't make magical weaponry, so
Oh, its range is 150 feet.
yeah, it's got a very long range. Well, I'm gonna turn in. I'll take second watch, so let me know. Is there anything else we're doing before watches? Identified. We've got displacer beast gloves being made. Beer is probably getting close to ready in your distiller.
Oh, that's right.
Do you have it with you, or is it with the donkeys?
Oh yeah, did you leave it on the wagon or no?
Realistically, it's probably on the wagon,
Okay.
so it's probably bad by the time we get back.
It's just an IPA now.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's just extra hoppy.
Yeah, it's just.
Cool, we'll go with that.
Can I get first watch rolls?
I'll do first.
I'll be on first watch.
You guys keeping a fire?
And it's not a disadvantage system.
No, not for you. Are you keeping
Oh.
a fire?
Is there let's not.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
not. So,
We both have dark vision.
Oh, you do? Yeah, duh.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
cool with it.
7.
21.
You see everything
I'm just
in these lonely hills. Or you're a little bit distracted from the kind of harrowing journey you've had, but Mert, you notice one strange thing. Almost like the sky to the north of you is a little, just teeny bit lighter and maybe a little orange. But other than that,
Oh.
nothing.
Does it look like they're orange in the sense of like there's activity off in the distance?
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Very great, but 13.
I mean, it reminds you of when you were almost back to Calrad after a raiding party, and the light of the sky would be, it'd be a little bit more than moonlight. There's a little light pollution going on.
So we're like right on the edge of the city, basically.
You're getting pretty close from what you estimate.
It's not that the forest is completely.
No.
You burned down the fog forest, you guys.
It's north.
That's one way to get
Sorry,
through
not
it.
sorry. We made it out.
Now the forest is probably safer.
We should have. Why did we just let it burn down?
Because we were still in there.
You know.
Now we should burn it down.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not where the fire is, that means that things fleeing the fire will flee towards where you are.
Yeah, probably. Or they'll be on the other side.
And then you're at the fire.
Good thing it didn't happen, so.
Yeah. I think it's a calming, kind of reassuring sight, like we're almost done with this part of the journey.
Yeah. But other than that, it's all quiet. You can wake whoever is going for second watch.
I would be willing. Oh, no. Never mind.
Okay, that's good. Svalosh rolled bad. Can I get one at disadvantage for you? No fire?
Who else is up for this?
Why are we not doing fire?
I mean, you can do fire. Ori and Mert decided to watch without fire.
I will not, since I don't have dark vision, so maybe one of you two should.
Was there a reason?
I didn't want to attract other things.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'll
I
tell
can
you that
hop in.
whenever I wake you up.
Oh well, I also cannot see very well in the darkness, so if we are not using any light, perhaps I'm not the best person to take a watch by myself.
Then Visa will get up and take watch with Zai.
Okay. Ugh. I'm rolling terribly tonight. 7.
23.
Luckily, Falosh and Zai are not alone in this watch, and Visa keeps a sharp eye out. The only thing you are able to make out, besides the light pollution, is this strange shadow on the horizon in the south.
Towards the woods we just left?
But it's up against the stars, pretty high up. 1 movement, flap of wings. 2 movement, flap of wings. The eagle and the raven headed southward.
Out of them, some slow-moving birds, or basically kind of see real good.
You rolled a 23. They are very far away.
Pretty slow, if you ask me.
Oh my gosh.
They stayed with us to rest for a while.
It's also a giant eagle.
His perception is just that.
You can't really see the
They
raven.
are so big.
It's fine.
They just left. They just left.
It's okay.
Your watch comes and goes.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh,
I would cast sending,
okay.
and I don't have any of these people like built out. So a random person I knew in the creche,
Okay.
like another young person that was the same age or younger than me, like definitely not an authority figure, definitely someone younger than me that I knew,
Yeah.
and would just say like, "Hello, can you hear me?"
We'll say that you cast it to a Gith named Thalgrez.
Cool. Cerberus. Can you hear me?
Hello, who is this? Oh, where are you?
And that's it.
Okay.
I'm just testing to see
Trying to see how far I can
go. Can it go across the world? Can it get back to the crash? It can. Okay, now I know.
Now we know.
Okay, so in your questions sent back to Sambal, did you say like, don't send the birds
Yes.
for a while?
That I would let her know, them know, when it is safe to send the birds. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It recognizes you if it knows you. So Thalgrez will say, Zai?
Oh, it does recognize you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Where are you? Are you okay?
I would not respond, I would just nod.
Okay.
So now I know that
It works that far.
yeah, that it works that far and they recognize me and okay, cool.
Very well. Breg and Breg or Zai.
No. Me.
I wake up for next one.
Both of you? Okay.
I
Yeah.
would wake up Zek probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you shouldn't be resting alone. You can't see in the dark, remember?
I am here. Oh no!
Oh no, the baby!
It's gone
It
forever.
also rolls really good.
It does.
Ooh, that's I'm gonna have to keep that though, because it's an nat one. Yep, it's an nat one.
Okay.
I just got a regular 14.
Okay. As you guys sit and watch the sky, the sun start to climb on the horizon to the east above these foggy forests of the faded timberlands. Close by, on a rock, you hear a voice call out, "Well, well, well, what do we got here?" Whipping your head around, you see a small band of half-orcs and half-elves making their way down a rocky slope.
I'm gonna immediately wake up Faylosh.
Oh, what? He kind of
know them?
looks up. The leader of this kind of group has. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Where his description is.
He's has purple
He is purple. He's a purple people eater.
skin and a big scar, and is very somehow still so handsome.
He has this deep green skin. He's a half elf. He has shorn hair and he is missing a tusk.
Wait,
Gives-
he's a half elf
Half elf with deep green skin.
with tusks.
Oh.
Cool. He gives kind of a little bit of a gnarly smile as he makes eye contact with Faylash. Hey, Faylash. You bring fresh meat? That's good. Okay, hold on. He runs and starts to stand up as the party probably is waking up. Starts to trundle over to this group and starts to talk quietly with this leader, half-elf. It looks like things get a little bit animated on their side before cooler heads prevail, and Balosh trundles back over to the group. Well, looks like we're gonna head to Drugor Square, like I said. This is our escort now. That's Hesh. He's one of the lead pursuers, so he's fine.
So he spent time in the forest then.
Oh yeah, Hesh is good at what he does. Hurry up, let's go. Come on, outsiders, foreigners.
I'm gonna fall right in line behind Hesh, just as a soldier obeying orders.
Sure. Faylosh just kind of grumbles and brings up the rear. Is there anything you guys are doing as he starts to lead you through the hills?
How many of them are there in this band?
There are about 12, maybe 14.
They're all pursuers, like we are.
They're not delineated as pursuers by Faylosh. Only Hesh was delineated as a pursuer.
Okay.
Do they all look like they are pursuers?
They're all dressed in kind of like skins and scale mail of like iron and some steel, some bronze. They carry various spears, shields, axes. Not civilized, like fancy, sophisticated weaponry, but very functional. And this armor's gonna stop an axe or a mace, but it's not pretty. And same with the weapons. They have an edge, but they also have chips in them. They have hunks of metal missing from the maces. Some of the spear tips are a little broken. It looks like these weapons do see wear and tear.
And this all matches Hess's description as well.
Yeah, Hesh is dressed in like a bigger fur cloak of like what looks to be like a white wolf skin. It's got a head kind of draped down to the side. He carries a big bow, like longer than traditional longbows, probably an additional foot in height to it, and what looks to be like a big skinning knife on his hip. But he starts to lead you up into the hills further until you guys start to crest, and the veil spreads out before you guys. This is still arboreal, almost to the point where things are starting to freeze, but it is spring. So it looks like the thaw has come. And inside the southwestern portion of this vale, and between all of these hills, is a city, is how you would loosely put it, though it doesn't match the description of many cities you've seen. There are no walls, there are no fortifications. The city seems to be kind of divided by districts more based on geographic features. You spot the aforementioned Houndstooth, the kind of priestly district that sticks out on a ledge over one of the hills. You see what Phalos describes to you as Bear's Paw. It is a big depression in the ground to the south of the city, and you start to make your way down into the vale and notice more and more beings kind of walking around, getting closer as you make your way toward the city. Phalos just mentions, okay, keep your wits about you. These are a harsh people, and they will press you. So just be aware of that.
Phalos, should we respond with like adequate showmanship of our abilities, or should we respond with meekness and quietness? Like, what is to be expected here?
Follow the law, but do not bend to others. No, I would not show much weakness there.
Well, we do not know the laws. Should we allow you to speak for us?
Yeah, I can speak for you if you trust me to.
What are you going? We are here because there have been a resurgence of the eyeless in the southern regions.
Yeah.
That's why we are coming, and that is it, right?
That's what you told me.
Well, I'm saying that's true. I guess I'm just double checking that is what you will explain to them.
Yeah. And it'll take a while for the council to gather, so we got some time to sort it out. But yeah, just keep your wits about you. Should be okay, I think. You guys make your way down into the city. It's actually Bear's Maw, not Bear's Paw, I'm sorry. Down into the city, Bear's Maw being the first kind of district you pass through. You see a lot of half-elves and half-orcs dressed in what seems to be a mix of hunting gear and almost like leather armors and wraps you would see at the Bounty Hunters Guild. You pass by that portion of the city, leaving behind what looks to be a large hall, longhouse sort of situation.
Real quick question. Was I on the bounty board here?
There is no bounty board here.
Oh, you said the bounty hunters and bounty...
No, but they were dressed in some similar garb to some of the bounty hunters in Winwood.
Okay, so not bounty board. They
Correct.
Were...
No.
Got it.
What language are most people speaking? What languages are the signs in?
You don't hear much Elvish. You hear a lot of half-orc, but you do hear, or Orcish, but you hear some Elvish.
Okay.
You make your way further into the city. The buildings here are made of rough timber, some stone, but mostly timber, and are kind of almost like oblong in shape, ovular, or sometimes cylindrical with like thatch roofs that kind of make domes. As well as what seems to be like fine craftsmanship in these woods, wood buildings. They're carved with different symbols and words and statues of various important looking elves and orcs and half-orcs and half-elves are carved into them. Clearly, the people here take artisanry into account in a lot of their work. You're pulled into a rough square by Hesh and his group. On one side of the square sits this ornate square building of wood that has the central kind of centrifuge, but then 2 large portions to either side with separate doors. On the other side is a large pit in the ground. And then on the final side of the square where you entered is what seems to be another very large circular domed building of the same type of make, except its roof is of like this red slate. And its wood is of like dark, nice hardwood. You're led inside of that into a side chamber where Hesh and the group leave you.
At one point, as we're walking into the city, especially as I notice that like most of the spoken language here is Orcish, I would look at Visa and probably put my hand on his shoulder, like look him in the eyes, and cast tongues on him, granting him the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. When the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
I think hearing the din of maybe like guards or other individuals in the space begin to make sudden sense, he kind of like look, give a bit of a nod, and like kind of stand up full straight, be ready.
So like he knows what's going on and probably is the best one to deal with it.
It's like, okay, if Falish isn't speaking for us, who is gonna speak?
Or like, okay, let's see if Falish is actually speaking for us and like, you know, things.
We're sure. So, this Falosh will kind of. So, is there anything specific besides that? Like, what sort of evidence do you want me to put forward? I know you guys had some
where's
stuff.
the jar of eyeballs? Who's got that?
Oh, I think I have that.
Okay, jar of eyeballs. What else? What else we're throwing at these folk?
Be sure to bring up the coins that we found off the bounty guy.
How does that relate to the eyeless?
Oh, well, I mean, just as outsiders.
But then it might be suspicious if we were outsiders. How do we have those?
That's why I said, like, we found him off the guy the one guy.
Remember the story that we told you about finding the cave with the eyeless and they were chanting?
Yeah, no, yeah, is there anything else specific? I'm just asking for specifics that you want me to 100% include in this.
We are looking to be of service or help to put an end to this.
I just figure it's good to be upfront about, you know, that symbol of trust that you were talking about.
Okay.
How about what is the relationship with the eyeless here? You were kind of vague on it before. Are they out of favor?
Yeah, you can call it that. We have the eyeless have roots in Nogbuz, I'll say that.
Right, but they're not well liked here anymore, are
No,
they?
it's kind of a shame thing.
It's a bit of a stretch. We don't know where she's from, but there's one individual whose name we're aware of is Gorm.
Gorm. That's a common name around here.
But unfortunate.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I know 12 Gorms.
We also have this
Gorm's
note.
lover's
A
name.
bit like an Emily. Yeah, what was the name
Ergloss
of the
Thistleblum?
Ergloss? But he was an elf, right?
He was.
a full elf.
And
he
we
was
also
out.
have a cipher and a note.
I can also cast like little illusions. So like what I could do is like take kind of show like a picture, an image of what we've seen.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Sure.
Or if that would help us like fighting the big eyeless mage or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, his likeness. That would be actually probably pretty helpful.
Word.
All right. Well,
Just let me know when to do the image.
sure. Well, Best of luck to all of us. My reputation's on the line here too, a little bit. I'll be fine though. At that point, Yaz bursts in the room. All right, come on in.
Who?
Yeah, or not Yaz.
Hesh.
Hash.
Ish.
Is this hash like
Different syllable.
SCH?
I'm sorry, HESH.
Okay. I'm like the Hessians.
It's actually, it's pronounced Brazier.
It's a Sean Connery affirmative. Yes.
Hirsch.
The Hesh is like,
The guys are brought into a long hallway-like room with plenty of like row seating of benches that are almost like auditorium spaced with various citizens of Nogbuz sitting, waiting, and a small pulpit in front of a raised platform with 5 seats.
What time of day is it right now?
It's probably
Is this like wee hours of the morning?
it's probably evening, or I'm sorry, no, it's probably afternoon because
Okay.
Okay, because they found us
yeah, it was about a
during
3-4 hour
March.
journey down
Okay.
into the valley.
Okay.
Occupying these seats are from left to right. There is a wizened looking woman with forest green skin, extremely wrinkled, dressed in drab gray robes that look almost moth-eaten. There is
What race?
it looks to be a half-orc.
Okay.
There is a tall half-elf of light green skin. He sports very small tusks and thick black hair with a slight build and long corded muscles. There is a half-orc sitting in the center of these 5 who looks to be quite beefy, quite traditionally looking for a half-orc. Very, deep green skin, long pointed ears. A very sharp, beaky nose, but also these big curling tusks. Dressed in all black, looks like a mantle of raven feathers.
Cool.
There is a half-elf of slight stature. You see she smiles at one point and bears filed teeth. Has a very kind of aggressive, leaning demeanor, and looks at you all quite hungrily. And then there is a hulking beast of a half-orc on the far right. Easily 9 feet tall, if not taller.
He's my favorite.
His skin is this deep mottled green, almost black. He has crisscrossing scars across his face, like all over it. One tusk is missing, the other is so long that it actually pierces his cheek.
whoa, gross.
He wears
He's so cool.
a very fine silken robe of deep crimson over a masterly crafted ruffled shirt
With a tiger on the back.
with a tiger.
Oh, there he is.
As you file in, the one in the center clears his throat and looks around at everyone. Silence, silence.
This is the half-elf.
He is a half-orc.
Okay, which one's in the middle?
The raven-mantled
Oh, okay.
half-orc.
Are we are we put up in the center of this whole?
Yes.
Okay, Mart's gonna bow in something of respect toward, I guess, the council.
He looks at you and kind of inclines his head knowingly, and looks like you won some points already with that.
I'll follow.
Oh yeah, if it's looking good, we're all
Zach would definitely incline his head, but not bend at the waist. He would it would be respectful, but not in any way changing any more than his head posture.
There's
Lowered eyes, but
That's smart.
strong. There's a soft chuckle from the large half-orc on the far right. Well, this is the Council of Nogbuz. You're foreigners. From your left to right, we will introduce ourselves.
Are they speaking in common?
They are.
Okay.
Who we are. The elderly woman kind of pipes up. Drilla War Mother, priestess of the Church of the Blood Moon, here to bear witness, as we all do. The half-elf of light green skin nods his head. Ilsine Uldurin, representative of Kenai Temple. Here to observe. Mole Blackleaf, leader of Nogbuz, king. The half-elf with filed teeth gives a big grin. Thalar red smile. Pursuers.
Yeah.
The last of the group, this hulking half-orc, clears his throat. Yes, soldier.
I like him.
We'll be getting into the proceedings now. You're foreigners, but Feylosh has agreed to speak for you. Yes, I have. We'll open it up to questions first. I'm going to be doing so much talking to myself. Ilsine perks up first. Why have you come to Nogbuz? What purpose does this serve? This group, you don't have like a name or anything, do you?
We don't. We have names.
We have
Yes.
names.
No, like a group. This group has encountered some strange occurrences, well, in the city of Esaloon and in other places, including what they believe to be the return of the eyeless. There's kind of this shocked, like muffled gasp that ripples through the crowd of the room before Yaz perks up. Silence! Eyeless? No, don't believe it. Kill him. Just be done with it.
Wait, who said that?
Yes. Before Drilla intervenes. No, we haven't heard really anything from them. Let's give them a chance, yes. Fine. They have proof in the form of this jar of eyes.
So that we saved it and didn't put it in.
Purportedly removed by someone named Gorm to receive the power of the eyeless. Now, they did not encounter Gorm, but they encountered Gorm's lover, I believe. This is hardly enough proof.
I start doing some minor illusions, and I'll say that because I have to cast something.
Yeah.
I say, I have some proof of things that we've seen. I have a way of projecting them so you can see what we've seen. And she goes through and casts multiple images of our various fights with the orcs that are eyeless, as well as now I myself cannot remember all of the things, but like any like dead corpses or things that could be as evidence towards the eyeless. And Ori has a massive brain. She remembers a lot of that stuff. The people we were fighting, any kind of notes that have been regarding all of that.
Sure.
Well, and that's why we all came together originally. It was because of, that's how we found each other, was because of the eyeless.
And Ori will say if she can like make a persuasion check or something like
Well,
this.
as you perk up to start doing the illusions and start talking, you, Visa, you recognize in Orcish the pursuer, Thalar, lean forward and angrily mutter, "Why is this foreigner talking? Shut her up."
Oh,
Visa would just kind of like touch her on the shoulder and whisper like, do the illusions, but let Feylosh talk.
Sorry. Yeah, I'd better not. If I'm speaking for you, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear you. I'm sorry.
He would just whisper that directly into Ori's ear.
He does a quick aside just to clarify.
Oh, okay. Then I will tell Phaelosh very small bits.
Yeah.
He can.
But he'll start to narrate these things as
Right.
you.
She will take that advice. Absolutely.
As you start to sift through these images, you see that some of these council members are indeed intrigued. Some are dismissive, but Mole Blackleaf, the king, is transfixed, just taking it all in. It looks like he's giving you guys a very fair chance. Eventually, the kind of illusions come to the visage of the half-elf you guys confronted, who had a full set of eyes, and recognition comes over several of the faces of the council members.
Wait, what?
Thistle, what was his name?
Erdos? No, the one that we fought and killed in the temple with the chanting. No.
It's not talking.
The guy with the... Did he have a spear?
I know who you're talking about.
Oh, he had a spear.
They
The council
recognize
recognizes his face.
Several
Yes.
of them do.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you guys see that recognition, Phaelosh kind of breaks off. You mean something to any of you? Ilsine cuts in. Yes, that's Radil. He used to come quite often to Kenai Temple, as well as all the temples. Isn't that right, Drilla? Yes. Yes, he was quite devout. Haven't seen him in quite some time. You sure that this was the gentleman you fought allegedly? These could all be fabrications via magic, but I mean, the visage is uncanny.
This is who we saw.
That's strange. You say you fought these eyeless below and above Esaloon. Found some note? Some cipher?
I would produce that.
Phaelosh will kind of walk it over to the assembly, who will pass it amongst themselves and kind of read it and peruse it as you guys continue to talk.
What was the elf guy's name that they recognized?
Radio. Okay, so what? There's a bunch of eyeless half-orcs and folk below Esaloon. There's Radil, some guy. I don't know him. What does that prove? Well, that with that note there, and he kind of, takes the note from Thalar, takes it for a second, looks at it, will prove that there's some sort of communication between Staggerth, which is another city that y'all folk probably don't know about, and the folk in Esaloon, which means that likely the eyeless are back up to their old tricks.
Could we quick estimation about how far away Staggerth is from Esaloon?
Like 2 weeks.
Just kind of whisper that to Phaelosh, just to kind of assist in conveying scale. Just like they're not localized.
Yeah, Staggerth is about 2 weeks away from Esaloon. It's on the coast. So large nets of communication are forming. And what more proof do you need that they are the eyeless than the fact that they claim that they are the eyeless? They have no eyes and they are doing what the eyeless do. Like, I know these are foreigners, but I trust them. I know I'm not a member of Nogbuz citizenship anymore, but...
Oh, dang it.
Like, oops, really. Yeah, I feel like this is a little bit of dragging them through the mud, and I'm getting kind of sick of it. There's a little bit of a gap Maul graciously inclines his head. That is noted, Velash. And yes, perhaps some of us are a bit overzealous, glances towards Yaz and Thalar. But you've given us much to think about, and I'm sure there will be other questions for you in more private inquest. You may take them from the halls, and perhaps we'll speak again soon. We would love to permit you free reign of the city, though I would not advise trying to leave for now. And you can stay. It doesn't really, it's not an inn. We don't have inns, but you could stay in the Durgis Tap House if you'd like. We can have that cleared.
The what?
Durgis Tap House.
Durgis.
Mm-hmm.
I heard dirtest.
I did too.
Tyler Durden's Tap House.
That's it.
Dirtest tap.
We love Fight Club here, you guys.
Did you know that you were Tyler Durden in my phone for like 4 years?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So many people have called me Tyler
I've
Durden.
never seen it.
Yeah, right, because your name is close.
Yeah, it's the same.
Like,
We can't start just talking about Fight Club right now.
Sorry.
I would love to.
It's true.
We're not supposed to talk about Fight Club, y'all. It's like the
you already said that. It's good.
As you are given these instructions, the council slowly rises and walks out. You notice that even Thalar is quite, straight-backed in their posture, very, right angles, dignified walking, no slouching, no bad manners. It seems like all of these people here have quite good manners.
Even Yaz.
Even Yaz. He's also wearing like a very nice silk, vest and puffy shirt and stuff like that. I don't know if you missed that.
He's a puffy shirt.
Yeah,
I don't think you said he was the beastie guy.
Yeah,
I did miss that.
a masterly crafted medieval style ruffled shirt.
He said ruffled. I was picturing ruffles here, not.
Here,
It's ruffles everywhere.
on the shoulders.
this
There's
guy.
like tears in the
Sure, I got you.
yeah. It's very much
For some reason, I was just picturing ruffles here.
very Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Very Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Shakespearean.
Got it.
Beast.
And you guys are made to follow. Again, Hesh takes up this duty. You're not sure if Hesh has been tasked with this or if Hesh just enjoys bossing foreigners around. Regardless, he leads you guys out and into a more open section, less wooded of the Vale, where there seems to be the centerpiece of this is a massive stone building, cylindrical in shape, no dome-like top. It's just a big cylinder of stone, and around it are several large, camps with tents, what look to be cook fires, archery butts. There are even small smithies, but he leads you around the far side of this cleared area to a large, again, oblong building with this thatched roof, and inside is a fairly lively bar. It's a tap house with various people, drinking, carousing.
Boozing, having a few laughs.
Yes. But you were able to find a corner table. Velash is able to go over and speak to the barkeep. You see him slide across 3 rose gold thick coins and join you at the table. Well, we can sleep in the stables, so. Or you can. I have a home here.
Oh, we can't stay at your house.
Oh, not until you're given leave to by the council.
The council has to allow us to sleep in your home?
Yeah, I could formally request. You don't have any rights here at all.
He said we had free roam of the city, but I have a feeling it's best to stay where he suggested.
Really what they meant.
You can have free roam if you'd like to see. We have a great many temples and a very strong religious complex. There's
Do you live outside of the city?
Oh, I do not. I live in this. Well, I have a house in the city. I do not reside here anymore, though.
He is a Celadon guard.
Yeah, I mostly live in Escalon.
So it's like your family home, or like your parents are still here, or like...
Yeah, my parents are still around.
Oh, should we meet your parents?
Is that the thing?
Sure. I mean, you can meet my parents. I don't see why not.
You don't want us to meet your parents?
We've never met the parents, so I don't know what that would be like.
What do you mean you've never met a parent?
I mean, if their childhood is anything like mine, you just get kind of dumped off and.
I mean, we were
Figure it
cared
out.
for and raised by caretakers of our crash, but we don't know like our specific parentage.
Okay, that's, I'm not going to say strange because we're in the middle of a city hidden by a giant fog forest full of evil creatures. So not strange, but different.
It's very different,
Yeah.
but it was
It's
normal
not
to us.
like a lot of the people from this material plane. We are from here, but we are also not really from this material
Yeah,
plane.
we are meant to be in the astral sea
So it's a little
for
bit
the eternal
different.
war.
Sure. I mean, we can stop by my parents and if you'd like. But there's plenty to see. There's the Gilded Drum. There's the Toblas College of Sorcery. There's a Pit of Grievance. I don't know. Well,
Tyler, we don't want to see your world anvil. We want to see.
We want to meet Felosh's parents.
that's fine.
I don't care about
I was getting
Phalos's
to
parents.
Phalos's
I
parents.
don't want to meet his mom and dad. Is the least exciting thing I can imagine in this city.
I only want to meet people's moms.
You actually have already met my father. Yaz.
What?
But he and my mother are no longer together, so.
Does he have like girlfriend?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in quite some time.
When was the last time you were back?
Oh, 15 years maybe? 5 to 15,
5 or
something.
15 years.
I don't keep track of the years.
Okay. So when he said, I don't believe them, just kill them, did he mean you or just us?
No, not me. I mean, he would be fine with me probably getting killed as I am the runt of the litter, so to speak, but
Well, you also kill the runs of your litters here.
they're fine with it. We'll say that.
And you are the runs of your litters.
I grew up small, yeah.
Is that why you left and joined the Celadon Guard?
In part, I just, well, can we get some drinks? In part. Things are just different here. There are strict rules that you have to follow, and the punishments can be brutal.
On the subject of rules,
And like Mert alluding to this gold coin.
I really want us to figure out this gold coin situation because I don't want us to be walking around with something that could get us into more trouble.
Well, just keep it in your pocket then.
Well, I mean, I don't want to have to run around sneaking around with it. I just rather.
They're not going to seize anything
You're
on your
not
person.
sneaking, Mert. We killed this guy in the forest. He had these. We got them. If they find them on their persons and they ask, we just explain to them and say, hey, we have these things. Do you want them? We don't really care. It's fine.
Yeah. You said Nogbuz is barter, right? Or Felosh said Nogbuz is barter? Visa's gonna wander over to the bar and he's gonna get the barman's attention and indicate for a round of drinks. And I think you said Tongues just says he's understood.
He is understood.
Cool, then he's just gonna say drinks. And then he's gonna stab a knife into the bar and indicate that the barman can keep it.
Ooh.
That's a nice knife. And you approve for... Where's your coin?
Oh, well, we need to be approved
To barter?
to use the coins, I think.
Oh, I thought you said that it was a barter city.
It is, but the coins also symbolize, like... It's more of a, like...
That's what I'm trying to get sorted out.
Yeah, it's more of a, like...
But it's not.
But also they're money that you have to have permission to.
Coins are worth favors and or stuff.
Okay. Then never
So like a coin,
That sounds
a
an awful
single
lot like
coin is
currency.
worth like a dagger or a book or whatever.
Okay, if he's understood that the coins were currency, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Wait, so
No, you've
are
already
the
done it.
coins-
You
So
have
the
to.
coins are
Are
currency.
the coins currency or are they?
they're used for everything, whether that's favors, labor, whatever. But they also do barter.
So it's like early currency, I'm guessing.
He's wondering what you're trying to do in terms of customs here.
Oh, he's just saying then he would trade the knife for a round of drinks.
Okay. Oh, well, you should have said that.
That's what he was indicating.
Okay. That's strange.
Was that just Tyler not getting that, or are you just being a scut right now?
Just being a turd. Yeah.
Oh my god.
My
He didn't
Awful.
get it and he's trying to cover for it.
Okay.
Yes.
Tyler doesn't know what barter means, and he's trying to catch up
That's
right
not
now.
true.
Anyway, you get drinks.
Reese will return with drinks.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, that thank you, Lisa.
I can petition the council to let you stay at my place, I guess. It is dirty. I have not lived there in a long time.
Look, sir, we have just spent most of our time sleeping under fear of death from evil creatures. I think we will be fine with the stables of the horses and the beasts.
I would just, if it's just all the same to you, I would just as soon prefer not to sleep in the stables of horses and whatnot.
Well,
But if
if their fancy pants want something extra, that is fine with me.
Hey, I'm not looking for something extra, just basic accommodations.
The
Stuck
stables
another-
are warmer than the goblin pits, so I'm good.
Question for you, Thalosh. Do you think the council would like to be interrupted from their deliberations right now?
Oh, I wouldn't inquire with them directly. I'd inquire with the clerk.
Well, we can do that.
But they were giving us free reign of the city.
Sure. But
And
they indicated you
they're-
could stay here.
What they mean by that and what we take by that is different
It's like
things.
we can walk around the city, but we can stay here.
Oh.
Correct.
So they can know where we're gonna. Oh, okay, that makes more
Correct.
sense.
I think I'll take the stables tonight and ask for more tomorrow.
Yeah,
That
Fair.
seems reasonable.
it's already the evening, so.
Greg, if you would like to go with him to the clerk, you can
Oh.
do that for sure.
I mean, honestly, I kind of want to see the inner workings of this place.
All
I've
right.
only ever read about it. It's like a legend, you know?
You want to go to Half-Orc DMV?
I mean, a little bit. It's kind of strange.
Mert wants to go along with Breg and Valosh
To the.
clerk place. Yeah, no, to the clerk place just to
Well,
see
not
how.
look. I don't want to go right now. I want to have this drink, and I want to relax a little bit because I've been running from fog dogs for the last week.
Well, let's do that, and then.
Yeah, I'm gonna slam a few of these. If I gotta trade something else up there, I'm sure I can dig around in my satchel.
Well, okay. We can go whenever you're ready. It's just me, you, and Mert, I guess.
I'll go.
Nori. So, are you do want to stay at my house then? Is that why we're going?
Oh no, I just want to see the
I think we're
town.
just interested in.
Okay. Well, I have no
sightseeing.
reason to visit the clerk unless I have a request to make of said clerk.
Oh,
The
Do we have any other
the
requests?
request is for us to stay at your house.
sure.
But
we can do
like
it
we don't
tomorrow.
have to.
We don't have to do it today or
All right,
like right
all right.
now. I guess
Greg
everyone wants
is
to
very
sleep in the booth.
uncomfortable with the horses and the
You wanna sleep in the booth?
stables.
If you want, I can also try and get authorization for you to spend them coins. Looks at Mert.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do it.
Would you like company?
As much or as little as you think. I'm fine.
Okay,
Okay, I would go
It's a
with
little
him.
overwhelming going home. You know how it is.
Okay, I would go with him, I guess.
We're all going.
Okay, so
We're
the
just all
the
going.
party finishes their
So we-
drinks,
Field trip.
trundles their way back to Drugor Square.
Thanks, Valosh Dad.
I think that
Thanks for taking us to our appointment.
Where he leads you to one of the other buildings on the square, the wood building with the centrifuge, and then the two separate wings. He leads you into one on the right side of the square, which would be the northern side. Inside there are several what look to be it looks almost like a bank clerk section where there are various orcs and half orcs dealing with half elves and half orcs bringing things to their attention. Visa, you hear minor grievances under your tongue's spell of, hey, I really think that this should have been authorized before planting on this land, or we would really like to franchise this into a second location. What are the steps necessary? Very, very much bureaucratic. Falosh leads you up to a middle-aged clerk, a half-elf of tannish skin and kind of stunted ears. Yes, how can I help? These are, well, you know them. They're looking to maybe stay in something a little more accommodating, and I believe you can check your ledger. I do have property within the city still, and I do have guest rights still, I believe, even lacking citizenship. If that is amenable to the council, please let us know at the inn. Secondarily, they have come into the possession of some of our coins, and they would like to spend that. Now, I know that is a hard ask, but if that can be arranged, that would be nice for them, I think. Yeah. Well,
can I nudge? Oh, did we understand? Oh no, we didn't understand that. Only Visa did.
Yes.
Okay, my bad. Never mind.
Well, we'll see what we can do. The first one, not going to be hard to get that through. The second one might be tricky. Yeah, that's all you can do. Well, have a good evening. He nods to the group. Well, it looks like they're going to do what they can do. Likely we'll have lodging at my place available.
That sounds lovely, I suppose. Do you have room for all of us?
Yeah, it's a sizable place. I did okay here when I lived here.
You have your own house that is not with your parents.
Yeah, well, Yaz also does okay.
Yes, he looked like he would do okay.
Yeah, he has several spots around town.
That makes sense.
But I was part of the family business for a bit, and that
What is the family business?
Yeah,
a war,
Oh, that also looks appropriate.
and it's lucrative. Well,
That is the same for our family.
yeah, it's also lucrative for you, I guess. So you come from wealth.
From war, for sure.
Okay, so
Do you get half wealth, or does everything just
No,
go
it's
to
all
the queen?
communal.
Yeah, it's like I don't think they really do that.
they have like their swords and like their armor that's like their personal effects, but like all other things
I feel
like
like all the wealth would be
luxuries.
stored in the astral sea with the real gift,
Oh, yeah.
not with the material.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Mert's pretty familiar with war. It's like the spoils of war.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mert knows that there's money to be made in war.
Usually to the higher ups.
He'll lead you guys back to the inn to await just a messenger of some sort to get the go-ahead. And as you enter the inn, it has been cleared of people. Sitting in a corner booth is a
Tavern?
familiar figure in gray, moth-eaten robes. You recognize her to be the council member Drilla, War Mother. Makes eye contact with Falosh. Falosh nods and quietly exits the inn.
Oh, he leaves?
Wait,
And it's just us and the
Just
lady.
you and Drilla.
Falosh, where are you
Now.
going?
her name is Drilla.
War Mother.
Drilla.
Okay, I
War
spelled
Mother.
it Drello.
Well,
I thought it was Driddle.
realizing that the inn is cleared, Phalosh has walked out. I mean, Merc's going to repeat the whole bow thing that he did earlier.
Yeah, I'm stealing that. Let's bow.
Just
No need for that. I'm not as
Did
stuffy as
Phalosh
some of them.
talk her and then leave?
She nodded to him, he nodded back and left.
And that's it?
Yep.
Okay, interesting.
Come, sit. You must be weary from your trip.
is she at a table?
Yeah,
Why don't you go sit
she's
at the
out
table?
of booth.
I'm going to go straight up to the table and sit next to her.
I'll go ahead and pop my helmet off and sit at the table too.
Okay.
Go and sit down
I plop.
slowly and deliberately.
They are very properly.
Yeah.
What does your face look like to have a helmet on?
Oh, just normal tiefling face.
Oh,
okay.
so you're not hiding from her, but you're still hiding from Phalosh?
I mean, she's not a Celadon guard.
That's fair.
She is not.
Do you still have big muscles?
No, I haven't had big muscles in days. I've
Okay.
been under a big cloak.
Okay, got your cloak. I don't know, man. Okay, great.
This seems like a bad idea.
So,
Yeah.
the Timberlands, they fared well on you? I assume not.
It
Can I make an insight check to see if, like, something bad's about to happen? If she has ill intent?
Sure, make an insight check.
I trust I don't trust Breg taking
Hey,
his helmet.
Tyler makes an insight
Oh,
check.
yeah,
you do.
yeah.
I
What's
have
your-
a
what's your
+2.
I trust Drilla, it's like intrinsically.
Yeah. Like,
You don't get any intent in the voice at all besides a friendliness.
You just ingrained interest.
Whether that friendliness is laid on thick for deception or whether that's genuine, you're not certain. So, the cult of the eyeless are back.
Yeah, best we can tell.
That way.
Well, this is the first we've heard of them, so.
Well, that is what they told us, that they were the eyeless and they wanted.
that they were back and that we have not heard the last of them.
But yeah,
Yeah, they were pretty open about the whole thing. Like, they weren't hiding it. They announced their presence.
Would they know? I'm assuming they would know what's his face, whose funeral they first attacked at. The elf.
super magic elf.
Oh, Rado?
No, the one whose funeral they
Oh,
attacked at.
Lenoros.
Lenoros.
Would-
Yeah, they know
They would know
Lenoros.
Lenoros. Okay,
yeah.
so like they made a big show. Yeah, like we'd already explained to them all of that.
Yes.
That would have been one of the
Yeah.
images.
Yes, it's all been reviewed.
I just was thinking like, oh yeah, is that gonna ring any bells that like they're choosing to like make a big
Big stink at the funeral.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that would be a pretty big.
We honestly don't really know anything about them before all of this, but we all ran into them at the same time, and one thing has led to another, and we find ourselves all wanting to sort of, I don't know, help the people around us, and we did not realize what the big deal this was going to be.
If this is true, it brings great shame upon us. You see her mumble something and a flash of green in her eyes, and there's a big radius of energy that blasts out from her and it passes through you. It's not harmful to you. Okay.
Ori goes, what was that?
Oh, just a precaution, a magical spell that gets rid of other spells in the area. I don't want to be listened to, spied on.
Yeah, problem with that here?
Always.
Would that eliminate my tongues?
It would.
Would I be aware of that?
Yes.
I would be,
You're
and
aware
you would
that
be?
the magic is dispelled.
Okay.
Always spies. We
You're
are.
speaking in common?
Yes.
Okay.
We are a distrusting folk.
Why is that? Why all the secrecy and specific rules and
Because we don't trust those
who were not so long ago our ancient enemy. The elves, and you came from Esloon, but outsiders in general.
But there are so many elves here.
Yes, and that is part of our legacy here. I'll explain. I will break some rules for you, if indeed you are hunting the eyeless. So I will allow questions. But first, my proposition. I believe that the cult is back. And I believe they're doing what they do best. Infiltrating cultures, infiltrating societies and the governments, and eating them from the inside out. My fellow council members have been acting strangely lately, several of them. I think one of them, if not all of them, could be part of the cult.
And we just talked to them.
Insight check.
What are you, is she telling the truth?
I would like to know if she's deflecting that culpability.
Trying to point,
our
you in a
suspicions
different
elsewhere.
direction. Okay. What's your wisdom mod? Or your insight mod?
Should be large. Please be large. I think Mert would be willing to
That's +4.
to question this as well as Mert's is +5.
Okay. Yours, you said +5, yeah, Jed?
For moi.
Y'all both literally rolled the same thing.
Sweet.
She seems earnest enough.
Go.
I cast Detect Thoughts.
You can cast when she's already dispelled magic, and will she know?
Yeah, she can, it just dispels the magic around.
Wait, so does that mean that... Okay, I don't understand how this
So
how spell magic
it's
works.
done, so you can cast.
Okay, right, so it got rid of all the magic, and now I can cast again and she won't know.
Correct.
So,
Well,
Does it
she
have a
may
verbal or
know.
somatic component?
yeah,
As
It does?
it has a... Yeah, both.
Okay, then yeah, I mean, you'd have to
It's not a hand check.
sleight of hand it if you'd like to do it in secret.
and also like talking, I guess. Sleight of hand that.
Zai wouldn't risk it.
Okay.
I would. But...
I would like you to do some poking around. In return, I'll get the council off your back formally.
What does that mean?
Ilsene's been... Well, he's generally wise, slow to judge and pleasant. But lately he's been a bit more anxious. He's been leaving his temple later in the day. That might be a point of investigation. For you, I can't do it. And my people are watched. Thalar's always been suspicious, but that's just because Thalar's an animal.
What?
An animal. She's gross.
It's hard for the pursuers to let go of their hatred for elves as well. And foreigners. The pursuers, they spend their time killing you lot. Still do. Just not those of the Shokovars anymore. It's my suspicion that whether or not aligned with the cult currently, she would back any cause to hunt the elves again. She might be one to investigate in some capacity. And then there's Yaz. He's recently been buying up a lot of property, plopping lavish estates on them. I don't really, he's always bought lots of property and estates, but a lot of property and estates. And I'm wondering what these hide as well as where he's getting his money. He's not on the front lines of war anymore. That wealth should be drying up. If you could see into these folk, you might find a line on the eyeless. And I might weed out someone in our council whom I don't think should be there.
Would that put us in favor with the council, or would they view us as interlopers?
No, not if I defend you when the time comes.
Well, that's a pretty big if in a pretty hostile city.
It is.
Okay, now I would cast Detect Thoughts, even if I have to.
I can cast it subtle if you want me to,
Great,
Liz.
go for it.
Okay. Are you doing just the surface level, or are you trying to push for deeper thoughts?
I'm gonna. You keep it up, and I'm gonna keep it at surface level for now. But I
Okay.
can push deeper if I want to, as this is going on.
You hear like a brief prayer.
Luthic, I pray that they trust me and are able to fix whatever malignant sickness there is in this city.
She's smiling at you.
And what of this mole black leaf? He is sort of the king, the
Yes.
ruler. He seems very even, not prone to rash judgments or anything.
Comes from a long line of black leaves who have always been a bit even-keeled.
Do you feel like he's a good king and he is still trustworthy at this time?
We all have certain feelings about the peace with the Shokumbaris, and a lot of folk don't agree with Mo for that,
That was his doing, like it was in his,
in part.
like during his reign of that.
Our council decided it together. Well, some of us, Yaz and Valar, were not on the council at the time. Too young. But, no, he's a good king.
Did
I
you
think.
know Raylar? Raydil?
Not personally, but he did come to my temple quite a bit.
Are you surprised that he was leading the eyeless in this?
Not overly. I don't know him, as I said, but many have the sentiment that, well, not the extreme sentiment of the eyeless, but that we should be fighting the elves still.
He's an elf, right?
Half elf.
Oh, he's half. I thought he was.
Tell me more about this. Why do your people believe that he should be fighting elves?
Well, a long time ago, pre-Dreadwar, no one really knows much about why conflict between elves and orcs began, but this was a time before the fated Timberlands were cursed, and there was conflict. And born out of that conflict, out of Nogbuz, was a group of orcs called the Cult of the Eyeless, dedicated to Grumsh, the ruiner, chief deity of the orcs.
That's new.
They...
Sorry, who?
Grumsh.
Grumsh. This is Sean Connery's grandfather.
Yes.
They formed a group, at first dedicated to rule, to destroying, to plundering the elves, seen as weaker. But over time, as they lived among them, as they sought to destroy and sabotage subtly, they came to appreciate some parts of elven way of life and started to accept members into the fold. Eventually, this group, this Cult of the Eyeless, in large part departed the cities of the Shokumbaris and formed their own organization with ritual removal of the eyes, gaining significant power from Grumsh and placing operatives in key cities, killing those who disagreed with a culture they were pushing, trying to change the elven societies from the inside out. This was discovered by the Shokovaris, and a war, if you can call it a war, broke out. And it was more of an extermination. And some survived and made their way to Nogbuz. And we are that remnant, in part. Which is why we have a strong elven lineage as well. I fear that this cult of the eyeless is trying to arise again in a more aggressive stance.
So y'all all come from the eyeless then?
Yes, and as such, we Nogbuz have been at war with the Shokumbaris, hidden behind the Timberlands for quite some time.
How did they come to be cursed?
No one quite knows. But it happened sometime during the Dread War.
It was caused from the Dread War.
I doubt it.
Was it caused from the cult of the eyeless?
Perhaps.
Okay.
What? Now, one more question on that point. If you're currently at war with the Shokumvaris, then...
We're not anymore. We made peace.
Okay, alright.
About 70 years ago.
It was just the way you were talking about it made it sound more current, but I guess things are on a bit of a sliding scale for length of time.
Culture's hard to change.
Mm-hmm. So you think the eyeless could come back and pretty easily could get a decent following around here then?
I do.
Alright.
Can we hear something in writing from you that you will support us as we investigate some people in your city? You are asking us to risk quite a lot on your behalf, and I just don't understand. If we get caught, we have a lot to lose.
Sure.
Or at least some sort of show of good faith beforehand, like the ability to leave earned before we do more of these tasks.
Reaches into her robed pocket and produces a very thick, like small plate-sized coin of black metal and orange enamel script on it.
This should do.
Does it just say hall pass in Orcish?
Yeah, it says break can pee. It in Orcish, if you ask for translation, it just says to the cave mother, I owe all.
Alright.
We don't ask, so we don't know.
No.
That's fine.
I'd like to ask. I ask and I know now.
Okay.
Well,
I must know.
is this sufficient?
I don't really know, honestly, but you say that it is, and...
I think Visa's behind the bar pouring himself another drink.
That's a start.
Can you pour me one too?
Oh yes, and one more for me, please.
Risa, you're such a good bartender.
Slides the first round, or second round.
Very well.
Miss
Now,
Madam
okay,
Drula, would you like to stay for a drink?
Oh no, I've got to be going.
Oh, okay.
Now, how about this? If you thought we were to... Well, what do you think would be the smartest question for us to ask you right now?
What do you mean?
About the circumstances, the situation, if there's something that you feel like a clever person would ask you about this, what would that be? What would that question be?
Who to look out for in terms of trouble, I guess.
That's something we already know, right?
I mean,
No.
there's a lot of people in this city.
Okay.
I think
What?
Visa would maybe chime in, playing off of what Breck's getting at. He says,
we're new to town, so knowing that it's a harsh, strong people, what sort of behaviour stands out as suspicious?
Well, there's a line to toe. You want to be proper, but do not show weakness.
What does that mean?
Do not back down from challenges as long as they are formal challenges. And if given too much push, you may, by right of being a visitor, request trial, or not trial, but resolvement of said disagreement via two routes. One is the House of Law. One is the Pit of Grievance.
What's the Pit of Grievance?
It is well, it's a pit where duels,
Familiar with those.
battles take place among feuding parties. Many outsiders have actually fought in the Pit of Grievance.
To the death.
Many times.
So if we, you said do not back down from a challenge, and if we do not back down, we should take it to Pit of Grievance, not to just behead someone on the spot.
Correct. Or the House of Law, if you'd rather make your point with more.
Is there somewhere in the city that we could perhaps find a written code of your laws?
At the House of Law, you could find that, yeah.
They would allow us to have that and look over it?
You could request that, and it would likely be granted.
That would be a good idea for us if we're going to stay here for any length of time.
Well, I will let you discuss this. The council will take several days, and I will stall them if I can.
With that, she
Why is everyone looking at
groans
me?
and stands,
I don't know.
walks to the door, flings it open, and there's a puff of smoke as she shifts form into a large hawk.
Ooh.
Out the door.
How fast?
Cool.
It goes so slow, Hayden.
It's like 2 miles an
It
hour.
flies in slow motion. It flies in Zack Snyder Justice League speed.
Okay.
All
Well, she
these
was
words.
very old.
As you collect yourselves, as Phalosh pokes his head back in. That's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Okay.
Maybe it's
fine.
not Nogbuz.
Stop asking
We made it.
questions.